The Hockey India League is now gradually getting its mojo and also getting to the business end of the tournament. And when I think from a Bengal perspective, I think the Shrachi team, the Bengal team, this team is very important. And I'll give you sociological reasons for it. Think of the Baton Cup. We have forever had the Baton Cup as the signature for Bengal hockey. All of a sudden in the last few years, we've not seen the sport getting promoted in our state. When you see the Indian landscape for hockey, you will see tremendous success. I was there in Tokyo among 10 odd journalists, not even 10, during the COVID Olympics. India is the only country that has won back-to-back medals in the last 2 Olympic Games. Tokyo and of course Paris. If you see some of the other hockey nations, superpowers, whether it is the Netherlands, the Germans, the Australians, none of them have this distinction of winning back-to-back medals. So what does that tell you? That tells you that the time was ripe for Hockey India to embark on this journey and launch the Hockey India League. So that is the macro picture. Harmanpreet Singh, one of the best in the world, Pro League being really well supported in either Ranchi or Rourkela and the state of Odisha, and I will come to Odisha in a bit. But in this Indian landscape, as a Bengal person, I did not see Bengal. When I see the players, for example, when I see the states that were represented, for example, when I take Sundargarh, take just the province of Sundargarh in Odisha and you will see close to 20 astroturfs in Sundargarh alone among the 130 odd astroturfs in India. How many do we have in Bengal? At this point in time, not even one, right? So when I look at the Bengal landscape, all of a sudden I was seeing that, the sport is not progressing in this state. And that is why the Bengal team was such a breath of fresh air. Alongside the Santosh Trophy football, where Bengal once again won, I thought the start for the Shrachi team, 3 consecutive wins in the Hockey India League, and I was in Australia but managed to catch some of the highlights, was an extraordinarily good start. Yes, 2 losses, but don't get perturbed by the losses. These are leagues which are long term. These are leagues where these dips will happen. There will be highs, there will be troughs. But overall, all you need to do now is win 2 out of the 4 matches to make the semi-final. If you are able to make the semi-final, and I think you have a great chance, the significance for Bengal sport would be maximum. Because when I look at the scenario, I look at ISL, I see football, Bengal's presence is strong. With the Santosh Trophy win, I see Bengal's presence in the national schema strong. I want to see that as far as Indian Olympic sport is concerned. Coming to Odisha, and there I'll kind of connect the Bengal story to that. Look at the infrastructure that you are seeing now as far as hockey in Odisha is concerned. That Birsa Munda Stadium in Rourkela, you land at Rourkela airport and it's almost a nothing airport, right? You literally have to walk to the tarmac, you get out and all of a sudden it's changed because the walls also, the graffiti also is hockey. Perhaps the only state where you drive those narrow bylanes and you see young kids not playing cricket or football but actually playing hockey. And that for me was a significant thing when I went to Rourkela for many stints to do my research. And when you wind down those roads and you reach the Panposh Sports Hostel, all of a sudden you see 2 beautiful, pristine blue hockey turfs. That's Odisha and hockey. And now Bengal has its home there, almost there, right? So when the Hockey India League is being played and that beautiful Birsa Munda Stadium, capacity of close to 20,000, built during the 2022 World Cup, according to me, the best stadium for hockey in the world. Let me give you a couple of anecdotes. When the Birsa Munda Stadium was being built, and at that point in time COVID was still around, there was huge fog. And by the way, anyone interested in cricket can connect. Pakistan is giving you an example that there is fog in Lahore, and as a result, they can't get the Gaddafi Stadium built. Now, let me tell you, there was way more fog in Odisha during 2022 when the World Cup was just around the corner. In fact, the teams could not come to Bhubaneswar because of the fog by air. So they had to build this airport in Jharsuguda. So from Jharsuguda, teams were coming to Rourkela for the World Cup. That facility where the Bengal team is now housed is one of the best. In that World Cup village, you have every possible facility, not just players. You have recovery, you have all kinds of facilities in that little vicinity. That's why I think Hockey India has done very well by picking Ranchi, where you have a captive audience, by picking Rourkela, where you have a captive audience. So credit to Dilip, credit to Bholanathji, credit to Commander for having identified these venues. Coming to the Bengal team again. For Bengal, I think from the perspective of Bengal sport, where I see in table tennis Aihika and Oishika, in football I see Mohun Bagan's Bengal Mohammedan, in cricket I see the return of Mohammad Shami. I absolutely see the Bengal team under 15, under 19 doing reasonably well. There was a gap when I talk about Olympic sport. Think of the Olympics and Paralympics and you will see hardly any Bengal athlete in that sense making the cut. In women's cricket, you have someone like Atita Shadu, who's again part of the Shachi framework as part of the Bengal Pro T20 League. This is where the Bengal team in hockey becomes so significant. As a Bengali myself, as a historian of Indian sport, and as someone who loves the sport dearly, I want the Bengal team to succeed because that will become or fuel the aspiration of many hockey players as part of this story. The moment Bengal team succeeds, you will see people picking it up. When Jhulan Goswami got 3 for 22 at Lords, it kind of brought a revolution and we have a Tita Shadhu. If the Bengal team wins this Hockey India League, a la the Santosh Trophy, we will see the sport get a significant fillip in India. Even if you don't win, the fact that the brand is there, the fact that you are competing with the best of the country, the fact that you started very well, the fact that you are right up there in terms of competition is itself a significant step forward as far as Bengal sport is concerned. That for me is the macro story. To close out, 2 points. I think this league, and here once again Bengal has a role to play, will be the defining moment for Indian hockey leading into the Asian Games and leading into LA 28. Because now we know that India has the ability to win Olympic medals. Soak in the pressure. Whether it is Harmanpreet, whether it is Abhishek, whether it is some of these players playing for the Bengal team. This is where you are spending time with the world's best. Exactly what has happened with the IPL, with the Kolkata Knight Riders, for example. You have a Mitchell Stark sharing his wisdom with a Vaibhav Arora or a Harshit Rana. Here, you will have global stars sharing their wisdom with the Bengal players. That is when Indian hockey overall will benefit. So my best wishes to the Bengal team. Next couple of games will define who you are. Ala Shah Rukh Khan, ye 70 minute aap ji lijiye. Because that could well mean that you have taken that giant stride in your career to making a significant step upwards and making a splash in the overall domain of Indian hockey. May the best team win, but as a Bengali, my best wishes, because I absolutely want Bengal to do well. Once again, the spirit is important. Sport teaches you how to lose, but it is also winner takes all. All the very best to each of the players.